talking about some awesome voice effects that you can do with your voice when you're singing. I'm going to be talking about vocal fry, vocal growls, and vocal rasp. What are they? What's the difference between them? Where can I use them? Who uses them? It's kind of an advanced topic for people who already know how to sing and want to add some flair to their singing. First of all, let's talk about vocal fry. What's vocal fry? Vocal fry is when I talk like this. It's the lowest part of my register. I'm using this lower part, the lowest notes of my register, and it sounds fried, right? You might have heard that vocal fry is a bad thing. That's true. Vocal fry is the worst type of talking/singing you can do. So you shouldn't talk like that because it's really damaging to your voice. You also shouldn't sing like that, and you're not really producing an audible note. You're more like wavering inside the lowest part of your register. You don't have longevity in that range. If you use it, you're gonna get tired really quickly. You don't have volume. You don't have a lot of flexibility in that range. It's not really a range. It's just like don't use it. However, you can use vocal fry here and there for effect. It's not singing in vocal fry or talking in vocal fry. It's sort of like adding it before a phrase to embellish the phrase. For example, let's talk about Alanis' Morissette, You Oughta Know, if you know that song. I want you to know. Right? So that's how it starts. So instead of singing, I want you to know, I could start with vocal fry and say, I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but. So it sounds raspy, right? The thing is, I don't want to abuse it, and if I were really performing this song, I would not be using it in front of every word like I'm doing right now. The only reason I'm doing it right now is to show you what it sounds like. So it sounds raspy, but I don't call it the same as I call vocal rasp, and I'll show you why. So let's move on to vocal rasp. In the chorus of that same song, so I'll sing the chorus clean, and then I'll sing it with rasp, and then I'll explain what I mean by rasp. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. That's clean. So let's do rasp. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. Yeah, I don't know. Rasp, to me, is the hardest concept to grasp. To me, rasp occurs only when you're singing in your belting range. It's the difference between having a clear belting sound and rasping it. The note itself doesn't sound clean. It sounds distorted. I guess you could think about rasp as a sort of distortion. That's a very effective technique when you're singing rock or, belty pop or something like that, R&B. Christina Aguilera uses this technique all the time for her long sustained high notes. Alanis uses it too. Sia uses it for chandelier. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. So it's not a clean I, right? It's not I. It's a raspy I. She is much raspier than I am, so if you listen to her, especially live, Sia singing Chandelier live, she rasps it the whole time. She also uses a lot of vocal fry. So finally, this is probably my favorite technique, and my mom hates it, is vocal growling. Vocal growling is when you start a phrase with, it's kind of a hit to your throat. Let's do one with and one without. I. That's without. This is with. I. It's literally. Christina Aguilera uses it all the time. Creole lady marmalade. Creole. That's without. Those are the three types of, raspy embellishments that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you found this useful. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel if you liked it. I regularly post tutorials about how to sing, how to play songs on the piano. I also post covers and stuff. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Daniela. Bye!